Hey guys, this is Matt with S3D. Today we're going to be talking about coloring and layers. Good example of coloring layers are like these 1/10 scale RC cones you see on the screen. These are about almost 2 inches tall. Layering and coloring and layers is when you pause the print, change the color, start again, and so on. There's several different types of coloring and layers. These go from orange to white silk to orange to white silk to orange to give the effect of a 1/10 scale, or like a real life RC, or a real life traffic cone, just to the RC scale. Okay, we have the machine paused. We're going to go ahead and change over to the white filament. Make sure the end is cut off on your next filament you're changing to, or otherwise, if it's still got the bulky piece on the end where you changed it last time, if you don't cut it, it'll get stuck. It may get stuck in the tubing or in the extruder. It can be a pain sometimes to get back in or out. So we're going to go ahead and change the filament over to the next layer, to the white silk. When you got it in, take your cutters or some tweezers. Make sure you get the, there'll be some excess plastic sometimes on the nozzle. Make sure you cut it or pull it off. Just like that. You can push continue. This is a good example of color layering. I have 3 different machines making the same kind of logo at different color layers. This logo particularly is the Raiders logo, and you start off with white, like on this machine. Then you would go to the black layer, which on this particular logo, the black layer would be that first layer past the white, where the black's supposed to be on the logo. And here's another one I'm making on another machine. It's another 8-inch. You would then move to the white layer. And the next layer will be the gray. When it gets to the gray layer, we'll pause and change to the gray. Okay, we've now changed over to the gray color. So it's at the gray color layer now. The next color layer will be the white as it goes back to the white face. And then just wait till it's done. It's just as simple as can be. You have your color layers in design. The higher the layer goes, the nozzle will go to the next color layer, and we'll only do that color layer. You can't have 2 colors in one layer. So that's the whole point behind doing colors and layers. There's a lot of 3D print people out there that will, instead of doing color layers, they will just have separate pieces that they'll 3D print out, and then they will combine them together, whether it be by glue or whatever other means they have done. Here's an example of color layering and different layers on software to better explain. Start from the bottom. So in this particular model, the white would start first. Then your next color would be black. Then when that color layer is finished, you would move the white again. And when that color layer is done, you would reach the color layer for gray. And then the face would be last, which would be white. Here's an example of the LA Dodgers with the Mexican flag or the Spanish type flag. And you'd start with the regular blue. Then it would go to the green, the red layer, and then the white layer. It's pretty simple. It's just making sure that your layers are correct when you're doing the design or model of it. But overall, it's really simple to do. You just got to make sure you get your timing down right. Because if you miss one color layer, your entire print is going to be ruined. So it's important to make sure that you keep on top of the prints and know about around what time the color layer is going to change, and to make sure you're there to change the color. Here's a Redskins logo I did. You'll see a picture of it with the coloring done and everything. You would start off with the dark red or maroon type color. Then you would move up to the next layer, which in this logo would be black. Then the next layer, which would be the white. Then the last layer, which would be the gold.